A very good morning, class. So, class, in our yesterday's session, we discussed the roles of the parliament. What roles does parliament plays? Okay. Now, in today's session, today we are going to discuss who are the people in parliament. Means who are there in parliament. So we are going to discuss in today's session. So now let's begin with the session. Parliament now has more and more people from different backgrounds. For example, there are more rural members as also members from many regional parties. So class, it is with the passage of time that Parliament of India is having more people from different backgrounds, different caste, culture, religion. Okay, there can be people from rural also. There can be people from socio-economic weaker section also. So Parliament is having more number of people now. Okay, and people from many regional parties are being there in the Parliament. Secondly, groups and people that were till now unrepresented are begin to get elected to parliament. Class, there were certain groups of people that were not really represented, that they are also begin to get elected and to become the part of the parliament. So there were certain groups which were not at all represented, okay, and now they have also been elected and they also become the part of the parliament by becoming the member of the parliament. There has also been an increase in the political participation from the Dalits and backward classes. So class, you can see that different people from different backgrounds are participating in the parliament. They are contesting elections and becoming the member of the parliaments. It can be your Dalits, it can be your SC, STs, economically weaker section classes. So we can see that more and more class representation is being taking place, and people from various classes, various backgrounds have become the part of the parliament by contesting elections, winning it, and becoming the member of the parliament. Now, there is one table shown in your NCERT book in which you can see that there is the increased percentage of the population who voted in Lok Sabha election in different years. For the first time, there were hardly 61.16%. In next year, 1967, there was 61.33. So from 1952 till 2014, you can see there is a rise. Okay, so there is a rise in the percentage also of different people belonging to different backgrounds. So we can say that more and more people are getting aware about their rights, their duties, and they want to bring a change in their groups. So they decided to take part in the elections and bring the change in the society. Now, next is that it has been observed that representatives democracy cannot produce a perfect reflection of the society. Class, we know that no society is totally perfect. There may be flaws, but democracy tries its best to produce a perfect society. But again, we know that no society, no type of a government can be perfect. There may be flaws, but still we try. So there is a realization that when interest and experience separate us, it is important to ensure that communities that have been historically marginalized are given adequate representation. So class, if we go back to the history, we see that how the marginalized groups, means those in minorities, being treated very badly. They were called untouchables. They were not having privileges to study. They had another bus stop, they were not even allowed to go to the temple, and if they touch anyone belonging to higher class, they would get punished. So you can see that if we go back to the history, these types of people were very badly treated, and now with passage of time their representation has been increased. So keeping in these things in mind, our parliament has reserved certain seats for SCs and STs. So, in the total seats, certain seats have been reserved for STs and STs. Since this has been done in different constituencies also, okay, so it is there in different parts of the constituencies. In every state we have reservation for them, okay, so that people from Dalits and Adivasis can contest elections, and they can also become the part of the parliament and can work for the welfare of their people as well as for the country. So we reserve certain seats in order to get aware, so that more and more people from their community can join and become the member of the parliament and can work for the welfare of their community's people, okay, especially for Dalits and Adivasi. We know that Dalits are not too much into a parliament, so in order to give them privileges, in order to develop their interests, we have reservations for them. Next, similarly class, it has been suggested that there should be reservation for women also, okay. So reservation for women is an important thing, and this is a debate which is still going. Now we can see in the pie chart also, in this table also, that 60 years ago only 4% of MPs were women, okay. If we go back to the old time, if we go back 60 years ago, hardly there was 4% of women who were MP, and today it is just 11. So in the past 60 years we are not able to achieve that amount, that number, that percentage that should be there. In 60 years ago there was 4, and after 60 years there are 11. So you can see that the percentage is not that impressing, it is not that motivational for the women also, since we know that women constitutes the majority of the population or half of the population, but still if we see their numbers in terms of percentage, it is not that good. So it is an issue that we should reserve certain seats for them also, because it will also motivate women to take participation in parliament, and they can do something for other women, they can inspire other women. So it is really important to reserve seats, but this is a debatable topic which is still being debated. So now this kind of the questions, like this kind of situations always remains unresolved, whether we should or we shouldn't. And we also know that democratic system is a representatives, so women should also become the part of the representative, but still it is going like a debatable also. And the fact is that we can ask the question and we are working towards answers. So now class, it is the people, the government, the parliament is trying their best to do something for the women also, in order to increase the faith of the people that is there, and in order to strengthen the country's democracy, okay. So parliament is trying best to improve the system, they are trying best to make good policies and laws, so that the people who are having faith in parliament remain strong, and with the strong faith there comes a strong democracy. So it also strengthens the democracies if we continue working like this, okay. So class, please make sure that you watch the video, read the NCERT book, and submit your work on time. Thank you.